Now, number 7, we're basically going to do the same thing, only now we're going to cube it instead of square it. So when we make our table, we're still going to use the same numbers we did before. So 2, 1, 0, -1, and -2. So we're going to do 1/2 times 2 to the 3rd power. The x cubed button is way over here on the side, underneath the on.
Oh yeah, okay. 27 over 2.
Try that again.
Oh. 1/2 times 2.
That
Oh,
is better. 4. 2 cubed is 8 and 1/2 of 8 is 4. So then we're going to do 1/2 times 1 cubed.
A half.
Is a half, yep. 1/2 times 0 cubed
0.
is 0, because we know anything times 0 is going to be 0. 1/2 times -1 cubed
-1/2.
is -1/2, because when we cube a negative, it's still going to be negative. And then 1/2 times -2 cubed,
-4.
-4. So this time, the answers are opposite of each other, because when I cube a negative, it still stays negative instead of turning to a positive. So then we're going to plot those points. Again, with the fraction, you'd use the plot point tool, but we'll just estimate them. So 2 over up 4, 1 over is only up 1/2, 0, 0, and then -1 is down 1/2, and -2 is down to -4. So when you hit the graph button, it's going to connect the dots, and what's going to happen is it's going to come from the bottom, it's going to have that little curve in the middle, and then it's going to shoot up to the top. It's going to look something sort of like that. Whenever we do a cubic graph, it looks something like that. It's either going to come from the bottom and have a curve and go up, or come from the top and have a curve and go down. All right, so number 8, going to do the same thing. Going to make my table, and I'm going to use 2, 1, 0, -1, and -2. So -11/8 times 2 cubed.
-11.
-11. -11/8 times 1 cubed.
-11/8.
Yep, because 1 times -11/8 stays -11/8.
Then we got a 0.
And then we get a 0.
That was going to be -11/8.
No.
Nope. What happened?
-11/8 times -1 cubed.
Okay, -11/8 times -1 cubed.
Gives you
Oh, positive.
positive, because I'm going to have a negative times a negative. So negative times a negative makes it a positive 11/8. And then -11/8 times -2 cubed.
-11.
No,
Positive 11.
positive 11, because I'm going to have a negative times a negative. So that these are opposite of each other, right? So 2 goes down to -11. That doesn't quite fit, but we're going to estimate where it is. 8, 9, 10, 11. Just put your dot a little bit below the graph. They're graphs that will fit. Positive 1 is at -11/8. -11/8 is just a little bit below -1, so just put it in that second box down. Again, the computer will put it on there. 0, 0's in the middle. Then we have -1 at +11/8. So that's going to be just a little bit above that second box, or in that second box. And then -2 is at +11. Again, on our graph, it doesn't quite fit. We'll just estimate where it's at way up there. And so this one is going to come from the top, have a little curve, shoot way down to the bottom. When you do it on Alex, they'll have enough lines for those big numbers. All right, one more of those. Ooh. Get used to this new program. All right, so when I make my table, what number should I use?
Use 2, 1, 0, -1, -2.
Okay, so -3/4 times 2 cubed.
That'd be -6.
That'd be -6.
-3/4.
Yep,
0.
yep.
Equal 3/4.
Uh-huh.
Positive.
Yep.
-6.
Whoops.
Oh, what happened? Oh, I didn't. +6.
Positive 6.
I didn't put my negative in there.
Ah, so always watch that on these cubic ones, that your answers end up being opposite of each other. So 2 over, down 6. And then we're going to go 1 over and down 3/4, which wouldn't quite be down to that first line. Just estimate that one. 0, 0. -1 up to 3/4, and -2 up to 6. So again, this one's going to start on the top, have that little curve in the middle, shoot down to the bottom. You'll just hit the graph button, it'll connect your dots for you. But you know, that's what it should look like. All right.